Achill Island on the far western end of Europe. Actually, Europe ends just over that hill there, and we're here to celebrate the ancient duck races of Achill, the Rosnalucca, where 600 islanders compete for the prize to be Riakla, the King of Achill Island. Many of the islands around the west coast of Ireland compete for kingship, but only Achill fights over ducks. These races are spectacular. There is no other word for it, but they're steeped in controversy, bitter rivalry, and sheer dedication of those involved. We'll be talking to the trainers, we'll be talking to the experts and the pundits, and we hope to give you a flavour of this truly unique event. And today you're joined by Otto Fuchsensteiner, the first German competitor to enter the race. Good evening, Otto.
Good evening, Stuart.
And thank you for joining us. So, I believe you are the first German that has entered the race.
I need my translator, Stuart. I'm not good in English.
I believe you're the first German to enter this race. Du bist der erste Deutsche.
Yes, that's right.
And do you feel confident?
Yes, yes. Ich bin sicher.
He's very certain and very
Ich bin
confident
ganz sicher.
that he'll win this race.
Because from the BBC, we haven't seen much in the way of German duck racing. You were saying that this was quite a big event back home.
Sometimes here and there.
And do you think you'll win much acclaim back in Germany if you become the King of Achill Island?
No.
I think that's...
Kennt doch niemand in Deutschland.
No, nobody in Germany knows about the racing.
I think that's probably quite a great relief locally. They're very worried about being overrun by ducking Germans.
Ja, das kann ich gut verstehen. Ja.
You can understand that very well.
Kann ich gut verstehen.
Because of course Germany is famous for the four-sprung duck technique. And would you care to explain your technique? I know there are some competitors overlooking us, but I don't think you're too concerned about the competition.
Es gibt eine Entenfamilie. 5 Kinder, Vater und Mutter. Und der Vater frisst gerne Süßigkeiten. Und diese Süßigkeiten, die gibt es in Mulroney. Und dann wird er seine ganzen Enten, oder er wird dafür sorgen, dass seine Enten so schnell nach Mulroney kommen, dass niemand mehr folgen kann.
Well, we wish you the best of luck in the race. I know there's a hard month of preparation ahead.
I know we will win.
Well,
Okay,
very good luck to you, sir.
Stuart.
Achill is famous for its fantastically damp climate. 260 days a year we are shrouded in mists, the mountains barely visible, the storms raging, the rain a constant presence, a warming, friendly presence, and yet something has gone wrong this year. We do not seem to have escaped the ravages of climate change. For 2 whole months now the sun has beat down fiercely on the island. The streams that are key to the ancient races here are dried up. Banana is but a trickle, the Chongi no more than a little stream. The locals are worried. Will this terrifying sunlight finally vanish in time for the ancient races to proceed? I'm very fortunate now to have been joined by one of the most fiercely competitive duckers on the whole island, Shane McNamara. Thank you for sparing time out of your busy schedule, Shane.
Thanks.
Could you comment on the drought? Do you think this is as big a threat as people are making out?
Well, it's a sign of the times, but combat that we have new state-of-the-art facilities there. It's came with the big bill, but I would rather rise up the pecking order than to just go out and wing it.
And how does the jug work? I saw you filling up the stream manually. Surely that can't be a solution.
Listen, we have to pay water bills and might as well use them.
The local rivalries define this race, the competition between the different families. And I know your own family, the McNamaras, have been struggling in the race in the last few decades. Do you think it's time for that to change?
Well, I mean, the race means so much to the village. It's been going on for the last 4,000 years, and every year brings pride to one house and one family, and hopefully after 65 long years since 51, we'll be able to right those wrongs.
Well, we can only wish you luck and hope that your duck does well. Finally, I was speaking to some of your competitors last evening, and they maybe suggested that you were a big fan of lubricants. Have you got anything to comment about that?
If there's no WD-40 left in Keel Shop, that's not my problem.
So you won't be using a greasy duck?
Listen, these are big allegations to make. That's enough. That's enough for me.
Well, we seem to have hit a raw nerve. Hopefully he's better tempered on the day of the race. Hello Kate, how are you?
Hi, I'm really good, thank you. We really enjoyed that. Out on the ocean, myself and my duck.
And we can see how much dedication you're putting into
Oh,
this.
every weekend without fail. There's no ducking around from this crowd. They really enjoy the crack.
And they really enjoy falling.
And have you been dressed as a duckling this whole time?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
For months?
For months now. We're really trying to feel at one with nature. This is why we've chosen the ocean as our training ground. There really is a real feeling of excitement and dedication with my little rubber friends here.
And have you entered the race before?
No, not before. No. We believe that last year the competition wasn't too fierce. So this year we thought we'd make our first entry.
And I'm hazarding a guess that this might be your first time in a curragh.
Oh no, definitely not. No, yes, I participated last year in the ladies' curragh racing down in Duarte. Yes, it was excellent. Yes. I was really pleased with my placement. Actually, did really well.
Excellent. But you won't be able to use a boat during the actual duck race?
No, we won't need to use a boat at all. It will be sheer determination for my team of rubber ducks here. They definitely will be a force to be reckoned with on the day.
And well, we can only hope that the bonding process continues and that it's very successful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And from Team Kate Callahan, burn rubber.
Mummy, look. Mummy, look, they're all
I'm joined now by Sean Malloy, the historian of the duck races on Achill. Sean has written 7 different books about the subject, but surely nobody knows more about ducking than Sean.
That's true, George. Very proud of the fact that my second book was dramatised into a movie starring Daniel Craig.
And what drew you to the duck races in the first place?
Well, our family has a long history of winning the duck races. In fact, from 1932 to 1950 inclusively, our family held the title all those years.
Those are the years when no other families competed.
Yes, that was true, but we still held the title.
Good. And what do you know about the origins of the races, Sean?
There's a lot of confusion about the origins, but what we do know is that when St. Patrick came here first, that he wrote about it. So we know that back in 450 it was definitely taking place here.
Fascinating. And you think it's got a good future?
We're a little bit worried about climate change. We would call on politicians and everybody, all scientists, to do something about this, because we're very worried about the sunshine we've had here over the last 2 months of complete sunshine, no rain.
And this has been claimed to be a really serious threat to the races. When was the last time anything like this happened?
Well, as you know, there was a big scandal in 1857 when Currymore House up here in the background was occupied by the famous Captain Boycott, and he felt threatened that there was a king of Achill, and of course he was the most important landlord in the area, so he built a dam up here at Currymore Lake and stopped the water. There was no water. Of course, that, as you all know, that led to the start of the land war and resulted in Irish independence.
I think that's a piece of history that's often overlooked, Sean.
It is overlooked, and we have to get that message out there. And who cares about the truth as long as it's a good story.
Best of luck with that, Sean, and we'll see you on the day of the races, no doubt.
See you then.
What a fascinating history. And in our final interviews of the races, or in advance of the races, we've been granted an audience with the King of Achill himself, Emmett Callahan. And thank you very much, Emmett, for sparing time to speak to us today.
You're very welcome, Stuart.
And this is the end of your first year of reign as the King of Achill is now approaching. Are you confident you'll be able to retain your crown?
Oh, extremely confident, Stuart.
And why would that be? Have you secret techniques involved, or do you think it's just natural talent?
I think it just comes naturally. A born leader, some people say. A true leader, others say. And a friend, the little people say.
And what are your principal duties during the year?
To look after my people, Stuart. That's my one goal.
This is the ducks or the residents?
The ducks.
Of course, sorry. And there have been some accusations of financial irregularity during your reign. You've been very firm on the issue,
Yes.
claiming that there is nothing to substantiate this claim.
No, Stuart. No, I live very modestly. Very modestly.
And it is a fantastic sceptre.
Yes, it's from generations ago.
And you'd be very sad to see that pass on to another competitor.
Oh, of course I would. But that will never happen, Stuart.
So you're not worried about Otto, the German?
The German? Ha! The German. Ha! No, not worried about the German.
Or what about Kate, who spent so long dressed as a duck?
Yes, Kate is good, but I have a feeling Kate won't be too good for so much longer.
Interesting. And of course, poor Shane, who's attempting to use the methods of training taught to him by his own father.
Ha! Yes, Shane, the child.
The banister, some might say.
Ha! The little people.
And what will you be doing in the last few weeks to make sure that your reign as king is truly splendid?
Well, I will look after my duck, Inda. I will do what I've done all the time. Just treat him like a son.
Well, we hope to see you on the big day of the race. And maybe you will in fact be lucky. Or do you not think luck comes into it anymore?
I've never needed luck. Inda and I are a great team. Inda!
Well, we'll leave you to perambulate your kingdom then. Thank you very much for spending this time with us.
You're very welcome, Stuart.
It's been an honour.
Inda! Come on, Inda!
I believe you were an eyewitness to the shooting.
I didn't do anything.
But you saw what
Yeah,
happened?
I just landed. And there was people running around all over the place, screaming and shouting. I didn't have a clue what was going on.
Did you see the shooter?
No way. No, I didn't. No.
Even on this big open beach, you didn't catch a glimpse of the shooter?
No, I didn't see the shooter, no. I just heard a shot as I pulled up in the car, and that was it.
Do you know anything about the victim?
Yeah, Kate, she's a good member of our committee, like, it'd be awful to lose her. Hopefully she's alright, I think she's in hospital now.
Do you know anything about her injuries?
No, nothing about the injuries, nothing to do with shooting. I have no part in it at all. I don't know what happened.
There have been tragic new developments down on Achill Island. What had been a fantastic weekend exploring the culture and the history of these most important duck races has turned foul. Kate Callahan has been shot. She may be winged or it may be more serious. We await news from the hospital. The other competitors are terrified now. They're not sure what's happening. Shane McNamara has disappeared. He's in hiding, we believe. The last thing he'd seen of his hat disappearing over the bogs. Otto has fled to Germany. We've no idea of his situation. We can only wish him well. And the current incumbent, the present king, Emmett, is nowhere to be found. Many suspect him of involvement in these serious matters. We don't know what will happen. We can be sure that the future of the races has never been so much threatened. For now, from a terrified island in the far west, back to the studio.
Thank you.